For the first spot, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 brings a grounded medieval RPG experience with a focus on realism and player choice that feels almost like living in a historical drama. You play in a world where your decisions shape political alliances, personal relationships, and how townsfolk react to you over time. Combat is weighty and skill-based, demanding timing, positioning, and smart preparation rather than simple button mashing. The game leans heavily into immersion, with deep role-playing systems, survival elements like hunger and fatigue, and detailed quests that often have multiple solutions. If you enjoy story-driven games with a slower, more thoughtful pace and a believable world that reacts to your actions, this sequel stands out as one of the most compelling medieval adventures to grab during the sale. Next up, Assassin's Creed Shadows offers a cinematic open-world stealth action experience set in feudal Japan, finally delivering the ninja fantasy many fans have wanted for years. You can approach missions as a silent assassin, parkouring across rooftops, blending into crowds, and using classic tools like smoke bombs and shuriken to dismantle enemies without being seen. At the same time, the game supports more direct combat with swordplay, counters, and special abilities that reward well-timed reactions. The world is packed with side activities, hidden shrines, and optional quests that flesh out both the main characters and the era. Visuals, animations, and environmental details combine to create a rich atmosphere, while the narrative weaves politics, betrayal, and personal growth into a long, satisfying campaign that feels perfect for binging during a discount period. In the third position, Baldurs Gate 3 delivers a deep, party-based RPG built on Dungeons & Dragons rules, giving you near unmatched freedom in how to play. You can create your own character, or choose from origin heroes, then shape their personality through dialogue choices, moral decisions, and how you resolve conflicts. Almost every encounter can be handled in multiple ways, whether through persuasion, stealth, clever use of the environment, or full tactical combat. Turn-based battles reward smart positioning, spell combos, and creative use of terrain, often leading to hilarious or surprising outcomes. Co-op play lets you share the journey with friends, each role-playing in different directions, which can result in chaotic story branches. Strong writing, memorable companions, and huge replay value make it one of the best narrative RPGs to pick up on sale. Sliding into the next slot, Elden Ring offers a massive open-world action RPG, where exploration, challenge, and discovery drive the entire experience. The Lands Between is filled with mysterious ruins, optional bosses, hidden caves, and secret paths that rarely handhold, rewarding curiosity and persistence. Combat is demanding, but highly flexible, letting you build slow, heavy hitters, nimble dexterity fighters, powerful mages, or hybrid setups that mix melee and magic. Every enemy encounter teaches timing and pattern recognition, making victories feel earned rather than given. The freedom to tackle regions in different orders and experiment with builds means no two playthroughs feel the same. With its haunting atmosphere, cryptic lore, and unforgettable boss designs, it remains a standout choice for players wanting a challenging but incredibly rewarding journey. Moving on, Avowed brings a first-person fantasy RPG experience focused on magic, factions, and narrative choice in a richly built world. You explore a land filled with political tension, ancient secrets, and competing beliefs, where your decisions shape alliances and how different groups treat you. Combat lets you combine spells, melee weapons, and ranged options, encouraging experimentation with builds that lean into elemental damage, crowd control, or direct offense. The game places strong emphasis on dialogue and quest design, often giving multiple paths to resolve conflicts, whether through diplomacy, intimidation, or more aggressive solutions. Detailed locations, from dense cities to eerie ruins, keep exploration engaging. For players who enjoy story-heavy RPGs with substantial player agency and flexible combat, this title fits perfectly into a winter backlog. For the next entry, Monster Hunter Wilds delivers a cooperative action experience built around hunting massive creatures in dynamic environments. Each hunt is a blend of preparation, pattern learning, and execution as you study a monster's behavior, choose the right weapon, and coordinate with teammates. The weapons feel wildly different, from nimble dual blades to heavy greatswords and complex ranged options, inviting you to master your favorite style over many hunts. Environments play a major role, with weather, terrain, and wildlife often influencing how a fight unfolds and giving opportunities to set up traps or environmental attacks. Crafting better gear from monster parts creates an addictive loop that keeps you pushing for tougher encounters. Whether playing solo or with friends, it is a fantastic fit for players who enjoy skill-based combat and long-term progression. Coming up next, Hades 2 expands on the fast-paced roguelite formula with slick combat, sharp writing, and a compelling loop of runs that never feel exactly the same. Each attempt lets you experiment with different weapon aspects, boons, and builds, turning every run into a fresh puzzle of synergy and risk-taking. The action is tight and responsive, rewarding quick reflexes, smart positioning, and clever use of dashes and special abilities to avoid damage. Even failures feel meaningful, since you return to a hub where story progresses, relationships deepen, and new upgrades unlock to support future attempts. The art, music, and voice acting all work together to create a stylish, energetic tone that makes it hard to put down. For players who like replayable, highly polished action games, it is an ideal sale pickup. Following that, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth delivers a lavish JRPG experience with a blend of real-time and tactical combat, character-driven storytelling, and stunning set pieces. You guide a party of familiar and new faces through large explorable zones, side quests, and main missions that expand on the classic story with new twists and emotional beats. Combat allows quick switching between characters, combining flashy abilities, magic, and limit breaks, while still letting you slow time to issue precise commands. The systems reward smart party composition and synergy, pushing you to think about elemental weaknesses and stagger windows. Mini-games, optional bosses, and deep progression systems provide plenty of reasons to stick around after the main story. Fans of cinematic RPGs with big emotional stakes and high production values will find a lot to love here. Nearing the end, Doom: The Dark Ages shifts the iconic shooter series into a brutal medieval-inspired setting, while keeping the speed and aggression that define the franchise. You rip through demonic hordes using a mix of ranged weapons, melee tools, and new traversal options that keep combat arenas feeling like deadly playgrounds. The game encourages constant movement and smart target prioritization, rewarding players who stay on the offensive instead of hiding. Resource management, including health, armor, ties into aggressive mechanics, pushing you to execute enemies and swap weapons often. Level design mixes tight corridors with big arenas and secret-filled side paths that reward exploration between intense fights. For players who want pure, fast-paced action with a dark fantasy twist, it is a standout shooter to own. Finally, Resident Evil 4 Remake delivers a modern survival horror experience that updates a classic while preserving what made it memorable. You navigate tense, atmospheric locations filled with dangerous enemies, limited resources, and carefully paced encounters that keep you on edge. Third-person shooting feels weighty and precise, letting you target weak spots, set up stagger opportunities, and manage crowds under pressure. The remake enhances environments, lighting, and sound design to deepen immersion, making every creak and distant noise feel threatening. Upgradable weapons, optional treasures, and side activities add depth without breaking the horror focus. With its mix of action, puzzle solving, and suspenseful exploration, it remains one of the best horror titles to play or replay during a discount period.